St Helens, a very quiet and peaceful town in the northwest of England. By day, it is no different to any other town, but by night, it is a much different story.
Let me welcome on the stage, the Lancashire Hot Pots!
The Lancashire Hot Pots are the new musical sensation of the Northwest. Coming from St Helens and blending a unique combination of comedy and folk music, they have taken the region by storm.
We are a Lancastrian folk band. We obviously owe a great deal of debt to bands such as the Oldham Tinkers and the Halton Weavers, and we like to think that they were pioneers and we're hanging on their coattails, as it were. We wrote our first piece of music, whenever it was, December of 2006. So we've been together less than a year. Our first gig was beginning of April 2007. So we've not been on the scene all that long.
It's going to be a non-stop cavalcade of some sort of Lancashire nonsense.
Right!
And we're going to carry on here with a bit of a cautionary tale about meeting women off Tinternet in case they've got so steady.
Because we're all from St Helens, the people and the dare I say the humour of the people sort of directly influences us. So there's a lot of personal references and dare I say private in jokes that are strictly for people who live in St Helens to get.
Well, let me tell you, people, there's no reason to walk. Shop mobility's the way to go.
See you later, cockers. Don't bother with that walking, so we love them.
£10 your lifetime membership, £3 every time you want to use. You know what I mean?
That's
that
right.
is value for money.
We like to think of our music as a bit of an antidote for the times and the places which we find ourselves in. So if we were all millionaires living on an island in Barbados, we probably wouldn't be doing this. It's a case of it's something to cheer ourselves up and dare I say cheer up other people. For example, Chippy Tea.
In the Lancashire kitchen, Murder's brought back everybody from the St Helens Citadel. Chippy tea, I want a chippy tea, but you keep giving posters, you don't agree with me. I don't want lots of thermidor with raspberry coulis. I'm a working man from Lancashire and I want a chippy tea. Come on.
The age range of the audience normally, people are going to gigs. Not that many people over the age of 30, 35, but there's people in there, from 18 to 60, which is a good explanation as to why it's packed, because we're appealing to a wider audience and we're getting more people in our gigs than all the other bands, simply because we're rather than appealing to a small section of the music community, we're appealing to everyone who likes a good time.
Singing bitter lager, cider, ale, stout. Designer drinks, I'd rather drink out. You can keep your white wine spritzer, baby jam, that's for your sister, rather than in Lancashire, son and your own.
The Citadel is St Helens' main music venue. With a number of well-known acts taken to the stage over the years, the venue has earned the right of being the town's musical hotspot.
The Citadel is now just coming up to its 20th birthday, so it's been working in its way now as a music venue and arts centre since 1988. Over the years, we've actually had, going back some years now, we had Verve play here before they got big. They came as like a local act from Winstanley at the time, which is pretty local. Also over the years, like as I mentioned, Cast, a lot of the Liverpool and Manchester bands used to play here. The Stone Roses came here under a different name as a secret gig as the Light Bulbs. And the Inspiral Carpets played here as well, just as they were on that crest of a wave kind of thing. So, especially in the past, there's been some big local acts come through, yeah. But, I still think cities, especially like Liverpool and Manchester, are such musically creative cities and always have been, that, we're probably still quite in a better way than certain other regions, I would imagine, especially outside of London.
Our musical journey now takes us to the city of Manchester, a place famous for such bands as The Smiths and Joy Division. The Ruby Lounge is quickly becoming the new place to go for good music. Boasting a 350 capacity room, the newly established venue has already been host to many local bands from the Manchester area.
Well, the first thing we did was a Cortinas video. So we did the video for the Cortina single Acrylic, which is the last one. So yeah, I mean, the very first thing we had through was not only it was a band who were on the up and doing incredibly well and getting lots of good press, but they were filming a video, so it immediately raised the profile. It immediately kind of set. It was a really nice thing to have first, because it kind of validated everything we wanted to do. You know, it validated the fact we were putting on good rock and roll bands, and it was a good PA, and the space was nice. But it was footage of that great space. You know, that's on YouTube for everybody on Earth to have a look at. I'd say it was about 50-50. So 50% of it is bands from kind of Manchester and Greater Manchester and maybe kind of slightly large, you know, kind of the Northwest perhaps. And the other 50% is touring bands who've got agents and got representation, they've got a label, they've got kind of some kind of deals in place. I can't see anything that's going to stop a young person, a boy or a girl, going into a guitar shop, picking up a guitar and strumming it and that feeling brilliant, or hitting drums or picking up bass guitar, whatever it is they want to do. That thing that people do is the same as it's been since, you know, for the best part of a century. And while that feels great for somebody to do, there will always be rock and roll bands.
Parade are a new and upcoming band in the Manchester scene. Originally from Newcastle, frontman David Bourman moved to Manchester in order to live his musical dream.
Watching TV praying that it won't be better. Read the news and now I'm at
The band's been together about 18 months. So it started with a sort of solo project. I was just writing songs and doing some recording, and then just wanted to do some gigs. So I got the guys together, and that was last summer.
Just wanna scream, but there's no sound. Feel like I'm dying, Lord. Break down, it's coming. Break down, it's coming. Break down, it's coming. Break down, it's coming.
Because I wasn't brought up in Manchester. I moved here when I was 19. When I went to college, just from the northeast originally. But the reason I moved to Manchester was because, certainly at the time, like, it was just the centre of the musical universe.
Cause I can't stand the light. And you just make me sick. You just can't admit when you're wrong.
There's a lot of good British stuff, bands like Snow Patrol and a lot of the Manchester scene, especially the Joy Division and New Order. Over the years I've been a huge Stone Roses nut, and Happy Mondays and Smiths, so it's quite a varied bag, really.
We've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. You've got the guns, but we've got some numbers.
I think it's really good. I think it's really good everywhere. There's just, I think in the last, 6 or 7 years, it's just really especially for guitar music, it's just kind of, gone through the roof. Like, every kid's playing a guitar and forming a band, and, since the Strokes and the Libertines and stuff. And which is a really good thing. And I think certainly in the Northwest, it's always been a hotbed of talent, and of bands, and it continues to do so,
never did, it's true. Don't lose